Earth Defense Force Iron Rain is the latest in the long-running Earth Defense Force titles. In less than a month, this game will release for the PlayStation 4 on April 11th. We here at TechRaptor were lucky enough to get our hands on the game early so that we could take a look at some of the differences in this new game. While we will be avoiding spoilers during this video, to give you the basic premise, your character, originally starting as a normal marine, managed to single-handedly take down a giant hivecraft. The crashing hivecraft did end up putting you in a coma for 7 years, but now that you're awake, you're ready to head back into the world and kick some ass. The game's story is broken up through over 55 missions where you wipe out aliens and slowly help the human race gain ground. Now all of this might sound pretty familiar to fans of the EDF franchise, but it's in the character customization and player progression that Iron Rain really shakes things up. In EDF, traditionally any progress you make is only to the class you're playing as, and if you get halfway through the game and want to try a new class, it means you've got to start all over with this new class, no weapons, no equipment. This class swap is treated more as a character change than anything else, but in Iron Rain, instead, you're swapping out what suit or PA gear you're wearing. Each has its own statistics and movement type. This allows players to experiment and try to find their best loadout for each scenario. With EDF Iron Rain being focused at a more Western audience, this change to the class system really helped to make the character feel like your own and less than just one of the hundreds of EDF soldiers out on the field. In Earth Defense Force 5, there was already a change to the weapon gathering system, allowing you to earn non-class items through missions, but with Iron Rain it blows that system completely open. In Iron Rain, for the first time ever, you can equip any item or weapon regardless of what class you're playing as or PA gear you're wearing. This system works fantastically. If you want to be a ranger walking around on the ground with an assault rifle, you can do that. If you want to be flying high in the sky as a wing diver with a sniper rifle, you're able to do that as well. You can make as many combinations as you want and you can really tailor your bug-crushing experience just the way you want it. This much choice though isn't always a good thing, because there's plenty of times you'll end up walking into a mission that really will not be suited well for your loadout. To fit the new customization style, the way that you earn items has also been changed. In EDF 5 and prior titles, after defeating enemies, they'll drop crates marked with things like health and weapon that you need to go around and pick up. And when you finish a mission, you get to see your spoils and what class they apply to. Now in Iron Rain, the enemies drop crystals instead. The red, blue and yellow crystals are all forms of currency, while the green crystals will heal you. Upon completing a mission in Iron Rain, you'll get a score based on the amount of time you took, how much damage you put out, what percentage of the crystals you gathered, and then there'll also be a negative modifier for how many items you used. This score you get is then translated into money that your character receives, and you'll also get to see what items you've earned from the mission. Back in the customization screen, you can then purchase these weapons. Sometimes they'll be for just money, and sometimes you need to also purchase them with crystals. You can also choose to directly upgrade your PA gear, boosting the amount of stamina you'll have when you take it out. These upgrades are persistent across all PA gear. These changes in both the customization and the reward system of EDF really work to break up the grind inherently built into these games. Now, these changes shouldn't really affect any of the experience for the returning EDF players, but it should make it more accessible for newcomers who aren't familiar with these different classes and weapons. No longer do you have to start from scratch with every single class you try, and your character continually grows with you as you learn more combinations, get better equipment, and squish those bugs.